My face looks so white. My body looks so white. I was worried. I was editing a video from like 2 weeks ago, and I was looking at myself and I go, "Hey, look, you look in pretty good shape. Got good arms. Belly's kind of small. This guy must be working out. Haven't worked out in a week and a half. Been eating Wisconsin's finest cooking for a week and a half. Been sleeping more. Haven't been shaving the last few days, if anyone's wondering. And I was worried that my arms were shriveling up and my belly was growing. But okay, honestly, now that I look at myself right now, I look okay. We can say, I don't think it's too vain to say I look okay. But I tell you, again, I was editing videos during the night and there I was going, wow, you look in great shape. Way to go, Ken. Way to go, Ken. And then, yeah. Good morning, Julie Flanagan. How are you? Sent a message to a friend last night who was getting, I think, stressed out. I don't know, maybe by watching my show. Maybe by watching my show. Uh, yeah, and was worried that, I don't know, somebody was going to find her and come and get her. And I just said, yeah, maybe you could take a break from watching my show. It's not, my life shouldn't be that important to anybody's, whether they love me or hate me. I mean, I was going to say you shouldn't, I don't think you can look for friends on social media, but I consider somebody watching right now a dear friend and a kind person in my life. So maybe I'm wrong about that, but I'm wondering how many of us look to social media for a friendship and find it shallow or lacking or whatever. But what do I know? I rip on Match.com. Half the people I know got married through Match.com. What the heck do I know? Maybe I don't need to know anything. My goal in life is just to walk around, travel from place to place, espousing crazy opinions about life, and having my audience either agree or violently disagree with everything that I say. What a gift I have. What a gift I have. But good morning. Good morning. Good morning to you. By the way, Julie, I'm loving my hotel room. Loving it. Can't believe it. Hi, Jamie. Hi, Gooder Bear. It's not the same as the Flanagan Inn, of course, but I'm loving my hotel room. Maybe we'll talk about that later. Do I have snow there? Yeah, no, I don't even know the temperature, but it's pretty darn cold. And I was saying good morning, good morning, good morning to you. My name is Ken Tracy, and this is Coffee with Ken. Bear with me. I just woke up. I staggered down to the lobby, got 3 cups of coffee, one in here. I have to switch this around so I can show off my purple Yeti. Maybe if I move the phone right over there. Filled up my purple Yeti and filled up my coffee mug with coffee. Tell you what, you got hot coffee waiting me. It's hard to get me to leave, isn't it, Julie? When you have hot coffee waiting for me when I wake up in the morning. Good morning, Bailey. Again, my name's Ken Tracy, and this is Coffee with Ken. It is Wednesday morning. It is February 19th. It is 6:05 a.m. Happy Wednesday. This is a little show I've been doing for quite some time. We're fast approaching 6 years doing this show, which is, we're at about 10% of my life I've been doing Coffee with Ken. I'm wondering, what have I accomplished on my Coffee with Ken journey, or what's it all meant, or what's the purpose? But you could easily say you spent 10 years or 10% of your life smoking cigarettes, or in a bad relationship, or I don't know, watching football too. So maybe we don't have to validate everything we do. But it did make me wonder a little bit. So anyway, yeah, I've been doing the show for 6 years, and it's a show about me talking. It is a show about me sharing some experiences. Hello, Stephen Moore from London. Thanks so much for hopping on. I love it that we get an international audience. Hey, uh, Stephen Moore, do you know who Christian Ronaldo is? I bet you do. And if you're a frequent watcher, I bet you're missing his picture over my shoulder. Phil, the journey is the purpose. I love the way you say that. Is that a cross in your is that a cross in your little thingy there, Phil? Are you a spiritual man? Uh uh this is an awesome way for my grandkids to get to know me in the future. Hey, what was granddad like? Well, don't ask me. There used to be an app called YouTube. That guy filmed every minute of his life. He wanted to document it. They're going to put it in a cornerstone of a building someday. And when aliens come and find out what our society is like, they're going to have a video of me on YouTube just talking. Good morning, good morning, good morning to you. Anyway, so I've done this show a while, and it's a show about me talking. I'll tell you what, when you're in the middle of Wisconsin and I think it's below zero out, and you're close, the only person you know in the whole state is like 25 miles away. Well, you know two people. Well, two people, and then I know Sonia, the or Sonia, the waitress at a sturgeon restaurant named Wentz or Welts or something like that. But you don't know how a whole heck of a lot of the people, and you're in the middle of a cold state, and you wake up in the middle of the night. You have an opportunity to question, what the heck are you doing? What the heck are you doing? Uh, do I know who something is? If not, please look its music up. Is that the music about the overthinkers? Guacamole, ironically. You'd figure somebody with the name of Guacamole, by the way, I've got to get to the rest of my intro in a moment, but Guacamole hopped on and said, I like cheeseburgers. I don't know. Wouldn't you think a viewer named Guacamole would introduce himself to the world in some other way than I like cheeseburgers? Like I like tacos or something like that? Good morning, Nikki Fleming. Somebody wants me to comment on Trump. I haven't had my coffee, and I don't want to offend my dear friend Julie Flanagan. I don't know what Trump's doing, but I do think it's good that we're in high-level meetings with Ukraine and Russia. That's my comment on Trump. I don't know what's going on, but it seems like we're having very active meetings with Ukraine and Russia, and we're sitting down and we're trying to figure this out. And I don't know how that's a bad thing at all. I don't know how that's a bad thing at all. So that'll be my only political comment for right now. It almost felt like we were going, well, what the hell? It's on the other side of the world. Let's just send it a ton of money and see if the problem goes away. And that's what we've been doing the last 4 years, and I just don't understand that. Um, let's see. I've had a lunch without inviting Ukraine, by the way. That's bad. Nothing's bad. Communication's not bad. There's no bad communication. I disagree. There's no bad communication. Maybe you got to talk to one side at a time and go, hey, Russia, what are you doing? Why are you doing this? What's your objectives? So I don't think it's bad. Uh, well, okay. Well, either way, he's still talking to somebody. He's still talking to somebody. Crazy gas prices keep going up after being promised there was a day one fix. I haven't really noticed crazy gas prices. I haven't noticed crazy gas prices. Have gas prices gone up? I mean, I'll agree there hasn't been a day one. I got to get my coffee, but I don't think gas prices have gone up. Have they? Yeah, I don't think they have. I don't know. I haven't seen them go up. I mean, I've been driving around a lot. I think I would notice. Communication can be bad. if it is at the expense of the Ukrainians. I don't think you, first of all, you don't know that it's at the expense of the Ukrainians. And I don't see how communication can be bad. You say they think they were saying grocery prices? Can I get to my coffee? Somebody's telling me I should be in Dubai. I'm not the one saying gas prices are high. I mean, they're fairly high. I'd like them to be 60 cents. Uh, oh, yeah. Good morning, Drew. Pinky Pixie wants the world to know that we hate Trump in Thailand. Well, a person doesn't need to be there. Hopefully, we still have uh, moderators on the alert. But if we don't, on this platform, I can handle them. But anyway, again, for those that have been watching a while, you know this is not just a show about me talking. This is a show about me sharing my love of coffee. And with that in mind, greetings from Germany. Well, you do you, Leo. Uh, wow, I can't even get to my coffee. Well, Nikki, I don't think my political opinions are too strong either way. And I'm certainly not afraid to discuss faith because without faith, I wouldn't be here. Seriously. There were too many opportunities for me to not want to be here without going, okay, God. Okay, God, I'm going to keep on moving. But anyway, for those that have been watching a while, and thank you for loving my show. Where was I? Again, I should just do this. Get through my introduction, block out all the noise, because sometimes you guys are noise in my life. Wow. In Germany, we were born. I don't know what you're talking about. I don't know what you're all talking about. Okay, anyway, for those that have been watching a while, this is a show not about me talking. It is a show about me sharing my love of coffee. And with that in mind, I got a nice hot cup of coffee in front of me, and I am so excited to have my first sip. My hope is wherever you are, whatever you're doing, you got a hot cup of coffee in front of you as well. Cheers to us. What's the best coffee brand? I'm not like a coffee expert. Yeah, I got a show called Coffee with Ken, but I'm really not a coffee expert. I drink coffee. I like coffee. I mean, it's cheap, it's refillable, it's warm, it wakes you up. It's all good. My favorite brand would be Starbucks and the Starbucks Sumatra. I'm still picturing those little beans at Julie's house laughing at me. She accidentally bought a bag of whole bean Sumatra Starbucks coffee, and I felt when I came out and realized they were whole beans, they were all. I heard 1,000 little laughters inside, laughing at me, going, "Ha ha ha! Not for you. You don't have a grinder." Somebody did suggest you could grind it in the blender, by the way, Julie. What about energy drinks? I don't drink energy drinks. I never really have. Uh, yeah, no, I don't know. I never really drank any of those. It was never even when I drank alcohol. I never drank Red Bull and vodka or whatever is popular. Watching your calories reduces weight. I almost don't think it does. I almost don't think watching your calories reduces weight. I believe so strongly that what you focus on expands. And if you're watching your calories, you're focusing on calories and you're going to gain weight. Uh, that's kind of what somebody said. Remember, watching calories does nothing. Not eating too many calories does. Um, am I concerned about getting rid of the Department of Education and DEI and the negative impact it will have on your son as he enters school age? No, no, no. The DEI is not there. I mean, I know people throw it around. DEI's, my son's going to be awesome. My son is awesome. Um, and he's going to be fine. He doesn't need DEI to make him awesome or make his life better. That's not what DEI is in place for. So I'm not concerned about that at all. Am I strong? I think I'm fairly strong. I mean, well, relative to what? Relative to what? I'm fairly strong for a 56-year-old. I'm surprised about how strong I've been able to become at this age. I used to run cross country and track. I used to be fast. And after college, lifted weights a little bit once in my life. When I was 24, I benched like 200, not like, I benched 245 pounds once. And I started lifting weights again about a year and a half ago. Again, I used to be a runner. I used to run a lot of marathons. I was fast. And now my joints and my knees, and it's hard to run across the street. So I was happy I could find exercise or fitness in any form. And I started lifting weights. And I think I could probably bench 215 pounds right now. And that feels good. So I don't know if that's strong, but relative to most people, it probably is. Mm. Can we talk cars? What cars do I have? We certainly can talk cars. Somebody wants me to get a wife. I don't know if that's the answer. I mean, it certainly would be part of the journey. Certainly would give me more content to discuss with you. I did see a nice, I didn't even ask her name. I tell you what, it's almost nicer sometimes. What was the song? I don't know if it was a song, but it was about seeing uh, what was it in a movie? Like seeing a beautiful woman and not going up and talking to her and remembering her just as she is, with just the nice smile and just the pretty eyes, and then letting her go without fumbling along and going, "Ooh, ooh." Oh, I think it was from not A Few Good Men. Robin Williams said it in a movie. Good morning, Richard. How are you? So I think it's almost perfect that I saw this woman and I didn't even talk to her last night. I mean, I talked to her, but I didn't try and get her number or anything or ask her to have Panda Express with me. I thought about it, believe me. But then I go, this would go bad. This would go bad. Let's just let her go and let her wave at me goodbye. So I'll always remember this smiley, pleasant faced Wisconsinite who waved goodbye as she was heading out the door. Somebody wanted me to talk cars. What kind of car do I have? This isn't going to be a very exciting conversation if you're a real gearhead, but I have. Oh, yeah, it's a 2025 and it's white, but it's a Kia Soul. And I'll tell you what, I'm very impressed. I am very impressed. I have almost everything I own in life inside that car right now, besides what few things I have in the on the floor around me. And it gets amazing gas mileage. It gets like on a highway, it gets like 36, 37 miles a gallon. I didn't know cars could do that weren't electric. The car only cost just over $20,000. And I've ridden it 6,000 miles already since November and had no issues. And granted, you shouldn't have issues on a car with only 6,000 miles, but I honestly almost don't know why everyone doesn't own a Kia Soul. That should be a commercial. Kia's, somebody has to hire me for my marketing. I can't market. I can't sell a damn thing. I can't sell water in the Sahara Desert. But boy, I can come up with some slogans. Now, see, I've already lost that slogan, but I think it was something like everyone should have a Kia Soul. Somebody's from Bosnia. All right. Somebody said they've heard Korean cars don't last, but that is just gossip. Really, that's just gossip. I'm only going to address it because Sometimes I'll get people hopping on. People are saying this about me, or I've heard that you like men or stuff. People throw gossip. Somebody was telling me the other day that I shouldn't like Tom Cruise because they heard he doesn't have a relationship with his daughter, Suri. And I'm going, we don't know Tom Cruise. We don't know Suri. We don't know their relationship. So when you say you've heard Korean cars don't last, I mean, I don't know if that's true at all. Yeah, they say that about every car brand now. And anyway, people like spreading negative news because you could own, uh, I don't know, an Audi, let's say. I don't know why I pick Audi, and have no issues, and maybe not be one of those people that raves about their product. But you own an Audi and you have a bad transmission, you're going to bitch to everybody you know about the bad transmission in your Audi, and suddenly everyone's heard that Audis have bad transmissions. So again, I'm just saying when you say you've heard, that means absolutely nothing to me. Smitty likes walking. See, that means something. I believe if Smitty is saying he likes walking, that he really does. He's not saying, nobody's telling me they heard that Smitty likes walking because I'd go, maybe he does, maybe he doesn't. I don't know. But if Smitty's out there himself saying that he likes walking, I believe him. What about Volvo? My brother had a Volvo station wagon once. I think they're cool, kind of. They're kind of cool. They're Swedish. They're station wagons often. Uh, but if I was to buy a car other than my Kia right now, again, it'd be another Audi. I really thought, I don't know, I thought I was cool driving the Audi. I'll admit it. And I've had fancier cars than that. I've had a Mercedes, but I felt like I was a pompous jackass when I owned my Mercedes. I probably was a pompous jackass when I owned my Mercedes. But when I owned the Audi, it felt right. It felt nice. Do, do, do. Mm. Oh, it's so good. I'm so excited, by the way. I have a continental breakfast. It's not made with love, Julie. Is Julie still there? I'm worried Julie's going to be jealous of my surroundings. She's probably not jealous at all. She's probably just happy as hell that I'm not there. Uh, where am I from? That's a good question. That is a good question. For 5 years and like 15 sixteenths of coffee with Ken, I would say I'm from Naperville, Illinois, a town of about 150,000, 35 miles west of Chicago. For a while, I said I'm on a journey to Yellowstone because I need to get a job with and get a roof over my head. And so I went out, I rode my scooter out to Yellowstone National Park last summer and worked there for 2 or 3 months. And now, where am I from? I don't know. I don't know. Well, I know where I'm from. I'm from Downers Grove. But where are you watching from? I guess I know where that is too. I'm from Appleton, Wisconsin right now. Good morning, Kelly Gant. I'm coming at you from Appleton, Wisconsin, a town I think of about 75,000 people with a vibrant community, close to a town of Oshkosh, Wisconsin, slightly smaller with a college in it. Uh, I'm becoming a nomad. I might be. Maybe I should lead the life of a nomad. Good morning, Denise McCann. We have had an amazingly vibrant audience today. And I got 96 people watching. Hope I got 100 people watching. We don't get to three digits too often. But when we do, I need to celebrate it. For anybody new that doesn't watch my show, I go live every morning at 6 o'clock and most nights at 6 o'clock as well. Uh, and I would appreciate if you'd subscribe to my channel and follow along in my little journey that is life. I've got a couple job interviews later today. I need extra cash, but I think this is what God put me on the planet to do, is to talk to an audience and share some time in the morning and drink some coffee. So that's what I'm doing, and that's what I'm going to keep doing. How old am I? I am 56 and a half. Uh, is Alexandra here today? I do not know if Alexandra is here today. What kind of jobs? I'm not going to tell you. What time is it? It's 6:26. Am I okay financially? I'm okay. I mean, I sold my scooter that I loved with all my. I didn't love it with all my heart. Sometimes I'll say things about inanimate objects that I should only say for my four beautiful children I have. Um, but I sold my scooter, and I sure was fond of that scooter. I'll tell you what. I even put a top case on last year, which made it much more functional. But I sold it for 1,700 bucks, and many years before I bought it for like 2,250. So, and I sure got more than $500 worth out of it. I hope that next owner loves it as much as I did. Yeah, I really hope he does. I think he will. He seemed, I liked it. He came, he saw, he took it. He test drove it. He knew what he was doing. He brought a truck. There was a little bit of negotiation, but not too much. I sold it for a price that I felt uh, good enough about, that I'd feel, well, you're right. It's got a scratch on the left side from where I dropped it at Little Bighorn. Why, yes, I did drop it just outside of Little Bighorn. I went down right where Custer went down. I told that story. I don't need to tell it again. Thank you, Barbara. How are you? Am I a voice actor? No. Somebody definitely recommends Tesla. It saves a lot of money because you don't have to pay for pricey gas prices. See, somebody's talking about pricey gas prices again. I think somebody did say gas prices originally. If anyone's watched from the beginning, I think that first commenter did say gas prices. Well, thank you, Pinky. Have a great day. Well, your cat says hi. I appreciate that. Yeah, no, thanks, Rich. I will. I'm driving around here and I'm looking at homes that are affordable and going, wow. They're still not cheap and I still can't afford them right now. But when I see a garage, I imagine my red Audi A6 or my Kia Soul. I don't know. Maybe both. Maybe both. I'm one guy. Maybe I do need three vehicles, two cars, and a couple scooters. And thinking it'd be a cool place to ride out by the lakes out in the country. Aiden says I could be a morning newscaster. Well, thank you. What was my major? My major was finance. Big B is I'm starting to get more views. Yeah, no, I'm getting a lot of views. I got a ton of views watching this show. Do I have a pet? No, I don't. I do not have a pet. Although this hotel does allow pets. Somebody says, I have a great voice and perfect teeth. Well, thank you. But I don't think I'm going to, I don't know. I'm 56, guys. I've never done broadcasting. I don't even really have any great desire to. I mean, and honestly, it's not the age or the lack of experience. It's the lack of desire to sit on in front of a camera and say the news. This morning on Highway 57, we've got a car with 3 flat tires. Be careful out there. It's really icy. I just don't have desire to do the news. I think what I'm doing now is more important than doing. As a matter of fact, I don't even like the news. I think watching the news is bad. So broadcasting the news must be bad as well. Well, Bailey Woodwork says they're 53 and they're saying I'm literally sitting in front of a camera talking. Well, I'm aware, Bailey, of what I'm doing, but I'm not talking about the news. I think the news is bad. The news is bad. Turn on the news right now. They're talking about some bomb that went off somewhere, or a fire that killed people, or a plane that crashed, or prices that are too high, or something. We all know the news is bad, and we all, some of us still think it's worth watching, but it's not. I'm not even sure this is worth watching. I'm not even sure that this is worth uh, watching. Somebody said, "Can I answer their question, please?" I don't know. I don't know if I can. Maybe I need a pet to fill in the gap of my past partner. Hmm. Maybe I need a pet. I don't think I'm ready for a pet just yet. I mean, I just checked into a hotel 24 hours ago. So I don't see any great desire to run out and get a pet today. I got other things I got to take care of. How was the continental breakfast? I don't know. I haven't had it yet. I'm having the continental coffee, and I'm going to pour myself some more. Goodbye, Denise. Oh, that's good. A cat, maybe? No, I would not get a cat. I would not get a cat. Cats kind of creep me out a little bit. I mean, I like them, sort of. I'm not a cat hater, but a little bit they creep me out. They kind of walk all over the place. You know, you'll be eating and all of a sudden you'll have a tail hit you in the face. Yeah, I know pets are expensive. I know. I just talked to somebody about a pet they bought and they said it was $2,000. Holy smokes. What is next for Ken after getting a job, a house, and living the perfect life? I think too often we worry about what's next. I mean, just getting the job, the house, and living the perfect life is a whole bunch of stuff. And I think too often I'll worry. I'll wake up in the middle of the night. I go, oh, what am I going to do with my life? You know, when am I going to see my kids next? How am I going to do this? Am I going to enjoy this job? Is Coffee with Ken going to continue to grow? What am I going to say on the show? I wonder how Continental Breakfast will be. We're always thinking about something down the road, and we're never just, rarely are we just going, uh, I will tell you what, if we spent more time saying, ah, while drinking our coffee, I think we'd be all a lot better off. When is my birthday? It's in August. Uh, Maybe I should give financial advice. Maybe I should give financial advice. Well, if anyone wants any advice on anything specific, I'll answer the questions. Somebody said I remind them of a ex their dad who was an ex Scientologist. Uh, yeah. Well, I'm not one that's. The last dog I got wasn't a rescue dog. Somebody's out there saying rescue dogs are the best. I don't know. The last dog I got was not a rescue dog. Do I think Denny's is a good place to eat, or is it overrated? Is Denny's overrated? No. I would say Denny's is a pretty fine place to eat, and nobody overrates it really in any way. Would you agree? Okay. Well, we got a crazy audience today, but that's okay. I still got my coffee. Never been a fan of IHOP. Never been to Wingstop. I've been to Buffalo Wild Wings. I kind of like Buffalo Wild Wings. When I used to drink, they serve beers in big glasses, which I like. They serve Heineken by on tap, which I like. Their food I don't particularly care for in any way. I mean, honestly, I don't really like their food, Buffalo Wild Wings. It seems almost fast foodish. Like, you don't know how the fries aren't fresh, and the burger you get maybe was somebody else's that they made 15 minutes before that they didn't want. So yeah, I'm not a huge fan of Buffalo Wild Wings outside of the large beer and the plenty of TVs. Hold on. Do. I sound like your dad, says Kyle. Well, that's what you said. You must love your dad. He must be a very good man. Mellow Yellow says they don't like big chain restaurants. I can see that, but there's certainly value in knowing what you're getting. And unfortunately, at Buffalo Wild Wings, you know what you're getting, and it's going to be kind of okay. McDonald's, you kind of know what you're getting, and it's almost pretty good, and it's fairly reasonably priced. Taco Bell, I drove by a Taco Bell this yesterday afternoon, and I was excited to see it in my neighborhood. Good morning, Alexandra. No, you cannot be a moderator. I don't even know who you are. Why would I make you a moderator? Uh, yeah. So there's a value to big chain restaurants. There's a value to Starbucks for sure. I think the world is a better place because of Starbucks. Yeah. Oh, somebody likes local restaurants rather than big chain restaurants. Well, yeah, local restaurants are nice too. You know what's really neat about this world? You can like the color red and you can like the color blue. Local restaurants are nice too. Hello, Barry. Barry, where have you been? Where have you been? Barry, you come into my life. You you mean so much to me. You say such kind things. You moderate. You do a great job as a moderator, but then you go away with no care. I'm gonna have to start checking in on you like I did on Julie. I'm gonna have to start visiting you. I don't even know where you live, but I'm gonna come and visit. If you hear a knock on your door later today, hello? Hello? Are you brewing coffee in there, Mr. Stevens? Are you brewing coffee? And then I'm gonna go visit Alexandra. Hello, Alexandra. I have a general knowledge of where you live. Are you brewing coffee in there today? A bad flu, and Usher's been sick as well. Uh, but Barry, you were making up some other excuse to not be on my show a week ago. Weren't you sick a week ago too? I don't know. Actually, it's funny I say that because I have often suggested some of my most frequent viewers maybe take some time off because the minute details of my life probably shouldn't matter to any of us. I mean, they probably shouldn't even matter to me, the minute details of my life. I think we put too much emphasis on everything. But at least in my case, it's my everything. And I know the people, it's so funny. I know the people that say things about me on this page put way too much emphasis on my life. My life is way too important to the people, the trolls of the world. The way I say important, they'll spend hours mocking. Barry says he hasn't been able to get out of bed in the morning all week. That sounds horrible. Big M misses me on TikTok. Big M, I was thinking about going live on it again today. But again, I don't love the dual stream. I don't love the dual stream. I don't feel that comfortable talking to my computer and talking to my phone. And I think the subject of me dual streaming almost becomes the subject of the show. I'm always asking, hey, is the reception good over here? Hey, TikTok, are you okay? Hey, TikTok, am I engaging you? Hey, YouTube, am I engaging you? Sherry, welcome. Good morning to you, Sherry. I love that you're a new viewer. I hope you follow my page. You subscribe. You help me grow. Barry, when are you going to be over this flu? Because it sounds like it's really nasty. I don't want to come there, knock on your door today, get some coffee, and get sick. Will it be safe to come and get coffee from you today, Barry? Somebody said they're a subscriber. Well, I appreciate that. You're getting a lot of love, Barry. Somebody throw Asher some love. He keeps saying, "Yeah, I've been sick too." Nobody's saying Asher. You're feeling better, okay? Asher, you don't want me coming knocking on your door. Come and knock on my door. Come and knock on my door. We've been waiting for you. We've been waiting for you. Da 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 da. Three's company too. Da 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 da. Big M, I've never actually talked to Barry. I've talked to you, Big M. Yeah. Well, I appreciate you guys for knowing that. Somebody's jealous of my singing. Why are you jealous? You can hear it. Uh, Asher's decided to sub. Okay, Asher, but I don't want you hopping on every day talking about how you were sick. I'm not even sure I believe that you were sick. I think you were just jealous that Barry was getting all the attention. You talk about being my agent, Big M. Honestly, the first time you said it to me, I thought, hey, this might lead to something great financially for me. It's led to nothing. It has led to nothing except you saying, you got to be on TikTok. You got to be on TikTok. The trick to life is skiing all day until you're too exhausted to care. I mean, I could see that. I've enjoyed some various ski trips in my life. But yeah. All right, Asher, thanks for subscribing. Why did I get a hotel? Because I needed to sleep somewhere. I'm drove up from Chicago area to Wisconsin 1 week ago today, and I'm looking to find employment, find a home, uh, and create a little space between what was troubling me back in Chicago, and give that person some space to live as well. And I'm excited to be here. And the first 5 days, I stayed at a friend's house. And yesterday, I checked into a hotel because I'd narrowed where I wanted to go. I have a couple of job interviews in this town today. And I think I like this town that I'm in. It's Appleton, Wisconsin. And so I was ready to hone in my search a little bit and checked into a hotel today with a couple job interviews today. And what's in Wisconsin? A lot of things. Nice people. I think nice people probably first and foremost. Uh, I talked about how much I love Naperville, and I did. But it's a very affluent town, and I'm okay. I've been affluent, and I went to college, and I went to the same college as most of these people. But I was talking to a friend recently. The town is so clean and so almost scrubbed of any grit. It's a beautiful town. It really is. Beautiful town, beautiful people, beautiful restaurants, beautiful shopping. But it's almost so clean, it almost doesn't seem real a little bit. And last week I was hanging out in downtown Appleton, and there were restaurants and bars and shops and record stores and smoke shops. And I'm not even into records or smoking or bars. But I felt there was a grit to it that I almost missed, uh, that attracted me. A certain, and the people, they're just people, regular people. They're not all University of Illinois graduates with a wife and 2.5 kids and a SUV. And it almost, when I think about Naperville, that's so what I think about. And maybe most of my life I dreamed of having a wife and two and a half kids and an Audi SUV. As a matter of fact, I know I did. I know I did. And I think I pursued it almost blindly. That when I had the chance to get the wife and the two and a half kids without asking any questions, I said, all right, let's do this. And maybe at that point, the dream that is Naperville started to crumble a little bit. And now I'm here in Wisconsin. I did forget the white picket fence, Alexander. Naperville's a cool town, but Rich, you've probably been there. Is Rich Jernicle still watching? Maybe Rich doesn't know what I mean. But Rich grew up in Downers Grove. There was a grit to Downers Grove that Naperville doesn't have. And, yeah. Appleton sounds like Wicker Park. Wicker Park in Chicago? I tell you, honestly, Wicker Park in Chicago is grittier than Appleton. It is. I used to live in Lincoln Park, which is next to Wicker Park, kind of. And people would say Wicker Park's the next Lincoln Park. And eventually it kind of did become it. But even Lincoln Park had a little bit of grit. Wicker Park had a lot more grit. Uh, Alexandra said Naperville sounds super bougie. I'm not totally sure what bougie means. And I hope I'm pronouncing it right. Chris said, I believe people carry more weight than they do. I'm not sure what that means. Sam suggests if you want grit, go to Blue Island. Have I ever been to Ireland? I was in the airport in Ireland on the way to Scotland once. Can I take your name? I don't think I'm going to take your name, Dolly. I definitely have been to the United Kingdom. I've been to Scotland many, many times. I mean, maybe 4 or 5 times. Do. Bailey says he's carrying a lot more weight than he should. I don't know if he means literally or figuratively. Literally, if you mean it, Barry, you know the way to lose weight? Spend more time being hungry today. Okay, well, Frank, when I say 2.5 kids, isn't that what they say the average American has? I think there was a time uh, that the average American had 2.5 kids. Some might have 3, some might have 2, some might have 4, some might have 1. So it averaged out to 2.5 kids. And since I wasn't so specific with how many children I wanted to be, my dream, I think, was to have the beautiful wife and live this clean existence in Naperville doing whatever and changing my name to Buffy and changing my wife's name to Jody and bebopping around Naperville and having somewhere about 2.5 kids. Did I ever eat at Stanley's in Lincoln Park? I did. I can't even picture it. I can't even picture what Stanley's is, but again, I lived in Lincoln Park. I moved out of Lincoln Park in like 2001. Was it a bar? What was Stanley's? I was right on Clark and Fullerton. And I can't picture what Stanley's is. God, that was such a cool area. That was such a cool area. You could walk to the lake. You could walk to the Lincoln Park Zoo. I tell you, there's a lot of good-looking women. I met my first wife at the bar across the street. Uh, it was a Michigan State bar. She went to Michigan State. The irony. Uh, Tin Lizzy. If anyone here is from Chicago, there was a bar there called Tin Lizzy, and it was directly across the street from where I lived. I lived in a nice, I mean, kind of fine one bedroom uh, there. That was after my real wealthy days. That was, I'd moved from Chicago to the suburbs, and then I missed Chicago and I moved back again and moved into Lincoln Park and was a day trader. Was a day trader. I sold my Mercedes SL 500 and paid off some debt, had 30 grand left over, put it in the market, turned it into 16, turned it into 100, turned it into a million for one day, and now it's gone. Yeah, Thin Lizzy was a great band. Yeah, I think they're from Michigan, aren't they? And that's why the bar was named Tin Lizzy. Let's see, somebody said something. Damn, I would watch this if you were at least funny. Well, then, Chris, don't watch it. You've kind of said a bunch of negative things. Hello, Captain. A bunch of negative things, and I'm not sure why you're watching. It's the strangest thing. I wonder why people do that. Are they starving for attention? Is that it? Do they feel ignored? Like, because Chris Bacon said several kind of off to negative things to me. And I've ignored most of them. And then he goes, oh, I'd watch this, keep watching if it was at least funny. Maybe I worry about the way people think too much, but I'm just kind of curious what would cause somebody to sit and watch a show that they say they don't like and keep making negative comments. I mean, obviously, they must not have a whole heck of a lot to do. But I'm wondering why people would do that. Just trolls looking to troll. It's not personal. Yeah, no, I'm not hurt, but I just don't even understand. I guess I don't understand why anyone would be a troll. You know, shouldn't you be going for a walk, eating, doing push-ups, reading a book? Seems like there'd be a lot of better ways to spend your time than by being a troll. Oh. Somebody says it's YouTube. But I don't know why, whether it's YouTube or in the real world, somebody would walk around and just litter. Because to me, that's the equivalent of just taking out garbage and throwing it in the streets. I just don't understand why one would do that. Where am I from? Where am I from? Where am I from? That's twice today. I'm from Appleton, Wisconsin. I'm not really from Appleton, Wisconsin, but that's what I'm going to say today. Uh-oh, somebody from Bali's back on. I've almost drank all my coffee. I've almost talked for an hour. If I had 1,000 and that's all I have, and I have to turn it into 10 grand in 90 days, how would I do it? Well, you're in trouble. If you got to tenfold your money in 90 days, you're in trouble. You're going to have to take way more risk than you should have to take. For me, I'd probably buy $1,000 of puts on the stock market and hope that in the next 90 days the market goes down. That's what I'd do. But more than likely, you'd end up losing your money, and you'd lose that $1,000. But if you put $1,000 in puts, in 90-day out puts, and just sat there and hoped the market went down for 90 days, that would probably be what I would do. Hello, Helen from England, Lincolnshire, Lincoln. And Alexandra says, I'm from the Midwest. Well, Alexandra, I like to really hone it in. I really like to hone it in. Hello, Isabel. We've had a great audience. I wonder how long you guys would sit. I wonder, I could make a coffee with my little coffee maker right over there. I mean, I'm in no rush. My interviews are this afternoon. I don't know a person in this town. I met that's not totally true. I met people at the hotel already. I met the woman that will remain nameless at the Panda Express with a nice smile. I think she had a green bay towel scarf around her neck, but she still had a real pretty smile. She's going to be perfect. She's going to go off about her life and always be perfect. Mosey says they will wait. Uh, and I'll show to go get the coffee. When I lived in Lincoln Parks, did I shop at Bigsby and Crothers? What is Bigsby and Crothers? The name's familiar. Is that like a man's store? I don't think I ever shopped at Bigsby and Crothers, but it sounds familiar. Uh, yeah, men's suits. Yeah, no, by the time I was in Lincoln Park, I really didn't need men's suits. I needed men's suits about 10 years earlier, and I used to buy them at Nordstrom. There was a big mall named Oakbrook Mall that I would go to, and they had a half yearly sale. And that's when we really liked to shop there. Occasionally, there was a store in downtown Chicago called Barney's, and it was called Barney's in New York, but it wasn't in New York. I think maybe the whole name, and maybe it still exists. Barney's in New York, does it? One of you shoppers? Uh, does Barney's in New York still exist? It probably does, but it was an extremely expensive store. I mean, Nordstrom's not a cheap store, but Barney's in New York was extremely expensive. And this was 30 years ago. And like a dress shirt or a tie would be at the 30 years ago like $100. I mean, I wouldn't pay that for either one of those today. Nordstrom Rack is a good value. It's interesting you bring that up. I did shop at Nordstrom Rack recently when I'm going on a fancy interview. And yes, I know, it doesn't look very nice, but I bought a white shirt at Nordstrom Rack there. I don't know, a few weeks ago, I was going on a interview that I didn't get the job. It was an interview that I should have got the job. I take it back. I should not have gotten the job. If I should have gotten the job, I would have gotten the job. But I dressed up. We had a great interview. It was a assistant manager of a retail store that had a hand in uh, charity and good work. And I thought I would have done awesome at it. But maybe the manager sensed that it wasn't for me. Maybe the manager sensed it wasn't for me. Um, and they were probably right. I think over the last 6 years, the whole show, the problem is I might find great happiness up here in Wisconsin. And I might have nothing more to talk to you guys about. And the last 6 years were me struggling in a bad relationship, struggling in a career I didn't want anymore, and struggling with alcohol abuse and marijuana abuse. And now I'm out of the relationship. I don't drink. I don't sell real estate, and I don't smoke pot. So now I'm like a 56-year-old blank canvas, but with experience and with a great voice for radio, so I've heard, and with an audience, an international audience. Don't forget to wear a white shirt, undershirt under my white shirt. Frank, I don't do that. I don't do that. I know you can get pit stains, which are bogus, but I don't do that. I don't feel comfortable wearing a white shirt under my white shirt. Luke wants me to start talking bleep about capitalism and how I am exploited. I don't really feel bleep about capitalism and don't overly feel I was exploited. My money for Pop Monthly. I wasn't like crazy high. I used to smoke mostly out of one hitters, and I could get an eighth, and it would generally last me, you know, if I really rationed, like a week, and an eighth would be 50, $60. So $250 a month by myself if I'm rationing those last 3 days and smoking resin. Could you get a tour of Appleton on the gimbal? Well, the gimbal, by the way, is used when I'm walking. And Oshkosh and Appleton, I mean, yeah, you could. Would you like a tour of downtown Appleton on my gimbal today? Maybe I could. Maybe I could go grab a cup of coffee in downtown Appleton, break out the. What temperature? Is anybody here in Wisconsin? John Joe, I don't know. I don't think so. They've legalized marijuana in Illinois. Ironically, I stopped smoking when they legalized it. I stopped smoking when they legalized it. I think I always just wanted to be a bad boy. And if I couldn't buy it from some drug dealer, I really had no interest. Oh, you mean you can do this at a store now? Not bad enough for me. I'm going to have to find something badder. Get a spanking. Spank me like a bad boy. I made my coffee. Do you guys want me to? Do you want to sit here? Fantastic. It's too late for us, buddy. Sounds like you had a midlife crisis and then you just stayed, moved into it, and is still living there. Maybe. Uh, all right, hold on. I'm going to go get some more coffee. I mean, what are you guys going to do? Is this weird? I mean, it's a little weird. I mean, because it's going to take me like a minute and a half. Okay, time me. Hold on. Where's my key? Hold on. Where's my key? Where's my key? All right. It is 62 minutes. Time me. Hello? Hello? Do you guys even need me? No, you don't need me at all. It took a minute and 45 seconds. I didn't bring my key. I brought 3 creamers. I filled up this, and I filled up this. So we are good to go. We are good to go. Are you guys talking without me? Byron, the hotel's amazingly good. It's amazingly good. I tell you what, I kid you not, I did lowest to highest price because, I'm broke. And I'm not trying to impress a woman or anything. I need a warm place to sleep and a clean sheets but it's amazingly good. I tell you what, I can't give it 2 higher thumbs up for the price. I was on Expedia, and I talked about it yesterday. I was going to go to I don't know, the Econo Inn was the cheapest one in Appleton, and it was off a frontage road. And I'm going, it'd be okay. It might be clean. It might be an okay place to sleep, but I'm not going to feel like, if I wanted to go anywhere, I'd have to get in the car. Not that I'm not going to drive here, but I mean, I could walk to restaurants from where I'm at. But I would have had to driven a few miles to go anywhere of interest. But now I'm right down in the heart of the activity. I'm close to the mall. I'm close to downtown. There was a rental unit I reached out to on Facebook Marketplace, and the woman, like, very aggressively, I mean, not aggressively in a bad way, and I bet you she's getting 1 million people applying for this rental unit. But it was less than a mile from where I'm at, and she wanted me to fill out an application and send it right back to her, and I'm going, well, I haven't even nailed down my employment, and I just pulled into town an hour ago, so let's get my employment taken care of before I fill out the application. Plus, what she didn't know is I was tired as heck, and I was laying in my bed going, I'm about to fall asleep and about to take a 2-hour nap. Let's see. Hello, Lena. How are you? Phil, I don't know about that. She was actually really good looking. She looked like a realtor, though. Because on Facebook Marketplace, you can do a little work, background checking. I knew the guy that was going to buy my scooter was into motorcycles, and he was, I guess I knew he was Hispanic because his name as well. But you can check who you're dealing with, which is kind of nice. But she owns a bunch of different properties. She looked like a realtor. She was a pretty blonde lady and looked like a realtor. So I thought that's what she was, but she said she owned it. Hello, Grace. Thanks for coming back. What type of woman would be impressed by a hotel room? You've never been to a nice hotel? You've never been to a fancy hotel? Good morning, Sergeant Gusty. What type of look does a realtor have? I think we all know. Yeah, Eric Jinks says being able to scan profiles is a huge advantage for Facebook Marketplace. Yeah. I mean, I actually sent her this YouTube link and said, hey, I'm not going to fill out an application, but if you want to know more about me than you want to know, have at it. No, wait a minute. Hold on. Are you guys still stuck on impressing a woman with a nice hotel? What I'm saying is, if I was going to, let's say, visit New York City with a girlfriend, a wife, somebody significant, I wouldn't be looking for the Econo Inn off of some frontage road in Jersey. I'd be looking for a hotel room with nice amenities and maybe a nice view and right downtown. Does that seem foreign to you? Does the concept of staying in a nice place seem foreign to you? Let me see. I am pretty close to Green Bay, right? Other options for gimbal tours or game day interviews, preaching. I don't really want to, I mean, my goal in life is not to do gimbal tours. I own the gimbal. I like my gimbal. I've enjoyed my gimbal. I think I've gotten my $90 of money out of my gimbal. Wow, look at all the comments. Hello from India. I can't even read the comments. Grace wants to know what's a gimbal. All right, Grace. I could tell you, or I could show you. A gimbal is a valuable tool for anyone that shoots a lot of videos, especially when they're on the move. And I've had one before. My ex-wife and I were partners in real estate together, and we used to do tours of homes with me holding the camera and doing the talking, and her kind of giving the tour and looking pretty. And we both did a pretty good job at that. And we'd go in and we'd tour homes. And the purpose of it is, I call it more of a phone stabilizer, if you will. And I call it more of a phone stabilizer because it'll make sense to you if you think of it as a phone stabilizer. I do a lot of live videos. Sorry, here, I'm trying to shut off my fan. It just blew on me and it's cold. I don't like cold air hitting me. There, off. Oh, I can't show you how it works because the phone goes right in here. And then it pops up and you push this button and it makes a sound and a little light goes on and it senses the angle of your phone somehow and balances it out. And you can walk around like this and you can be moving, as you walk, you're going up and down. And I have shaky hands naturally. And to watch a video that I'm filming just holding my camera like this is problematic just because there's too much movement in the phone. And this very smoothly will follow you along and you can scan up and down and go like this. And it just gives it a really nice, more produced or more professional look. And this is what a gimbal is. So now if I can figure out how to turn it off, because I can't really do much more with it, because I would have to put the phone on here. And I don't feel like doing that. There we go. And I just don't feel like doing that. So I'm going to take this down. Why do my hands shake? They always have. No real reason. No medical issue and no issue for me. But they always have. Well, there's a tripod function to this, whoever said that. There's a tripod function to this. Do I play Minecraft? No, I do not. I do not. I've never played Minecraft. I've seen it. I've seen my kids play it and hunt wolves and do various things. Thank you, Tyler. Have a great day. Oh. Well, I've talked for 72 minutes, and you guys were patient enough to wait for me while I got more coffee. And I have more coffee. And Brendan Collins wants to know, is there a continental breakfast at the hotel? Yes, there is. Sergeant Gusty, no, I'm up in Wisconsin. I'm not getting the kiddos today. Byron says, don't go. Byron says, don't go. Oh. Grace says, don't go. Is the coffee free at the hotel? It sure is. All right, Julie, I certainly will. Sergeant Gusty's asking for another 20 minutes. Do I have much more to say? I mean, I'm kind of hungry. I went to Aldi yesterday. It's always nice to have some food, especially when you're on the road as much as me. And you might not, like yesterday, I'm driving around going, what am I going to eat? And I obviously said, hey, there's a Panda Express. I haven't eaten at Panda Express for a while. That could be fun. So I went there and saw this woman with a nice smile. But then I'm going, okay, now what? I should have some foodstuffs. So I went in and to Aldi and bought some apples and some oranges and some trail mix and some other stuff. It feels good to have it in there. Sergeant Gusty wants to talk about our thoughts on global warming. We don't really need to talk about that. Panda Express is tasty. Well, welcome aboard first time here. I'm doing great. I appreciate you for hopping on. Why not an Airbnb? I don't know. Guys. I don't know. I drove in, I checked into a hotel. I would say you guys don't need to worry about why not an Airbnb or the minutest of details of my life. I hope this show has value. Thanks, Sam. I hope this show has value other than, I don't know. Yeah. Heather, I have four beautiful kids. Uh, do I like being bald? Yes. Yes, I like being bald. I don't know if I'm smart or not, but well, Grace has a crush on me. That's so sweet of you, Grace. Um, I tell you what, for the money, this is not bad at all. I'll tell you what, if I could find a way to cover the cost of this hotel and have them making continental breakfast and the free coffee and the location it is, if I could cover the costs of this, I don't know why I'd move into a one bedroom apartment. I mean, it'd be cheaper, I guess. But would it be? By the time you have to buy furniture and you have to buy cable and you have to buy an electric bill, pay the electric bill, I wonder how much cheaper it'd be. I mean, the total cost of this is $1,600 a month. And it's going to sound small, but last night after I went to Aldi, I was thinking about stopping at Starbucks because I don't know. I didn't know what to do. And I go, why? Let's just go home, get some coffee in the hotel lobby, chill out, and then do my show at home. And I'm not sure. I mean, heck, I could even have somebody come and make my bed, give me new towels. So if I can figure a way, all right, and let's go deeper into this because I got more coffee. I was talking to a gentleman. I think I made 600. Ow! $600 in social media last month, which is like 20 bucks a day. And I got various expenses, and I'd like to pay more towards those expenses. But I probably need to bring in 3 grand a month to cover everything. Yeah. And then I could stay in this. Sandra Lynn read about a lady who lives on cruise ships because it was cheaper than owning a home. I guess maybe that's what I'm talking about. Maybe that's what I'm talking about. With the prices of homes going up and the rental prices going up, I have to give them a 1 month security deposit, first and last month's rent, fill out a credit application, sign a year lease, electric, cable, gas, furnish. Maybe that's what I'm talking about. Maybe more people are going to look at this as a viable option. Or they're going to do it and then the price of hotels will go up. It does. Hold on. I'm going to go get some toilet paper to clean up my mess. Like, okay, I'm talking to Sandra Lynn, and I'm sorry to be specific about you, Sandra Lynn, but Sandra Lynn lives in an area that I know in Naperville very well. And I've talked a long time how I wanted to buy a home in that area. And granted, it's 3 bedroom, 2 bath. It's bigger than what I have now. But the cost of that home would be, excuse me, I'm going to do my work over here, would be about $550,000. And not only are you paying for that, but you're paying 10 grand a year in taxes, you're heating, you're furnishing, you're repairing, and maybe you'll get some appreciation out of that. I guess what I'm saying is I'm starting to wonder if buying real estate is all it's cut out to be. Maybe it is if it keeps going up. But I'm 56. I only have another 30 years if I'm lucky on this planet. Maybe it's because of my age. Maybe when I was younger and I felt like I had eternity in front of me, the dream of buying a home uh, might have been bigger. And maybe that's part of the reason I was hurting or feeling a little out of sorts, because I was staying in Naperville to be close to my kids, which is super important, I won't say, but the only dream I had in Naperville was buying a home I could maybe will never be able to afford. To try and keep up with people or whatever. I don't know if that was the goal, but to try and live the dream of the wife, the home, the 2.5 kids, and the white picket fence. And maybe that wasn't really my dream after all. Ooh, I forgot to add more cream to this. Gonna add a little bit. Let's see. Can I solve a Rubik's Cube? No, I can't, but my daughter Erin did. I was very impressed. I actually took a picture of it. She was smaller then. I don't know. It was very popular to do in like 6th grade when she was in 6th grade, and everybody knew how to do it. And I have no idea how to solve a Rubik's Cube. I have no idea how to solve a Rubik's Cube. Somebody wants me to remove Ray. I don't know who Ray is. I don't know who this Ray is. Who is Ray? I'm bored. I don't know who Ray is. I can't find him. Oh, there he is. All right. I didn't only put him in timeout. I got rid of him. Sorry, Grace. I don't want anyone being harassed on my show. All right. Well, Ray's gone. Ray's gone. Sorry about that. I don't want anyone being harassed on my show. Again, we tolerate too much stuff. Yeah, we tolerate too much stuff. Why do we limit our lives to one dream? Maybe I'm not. Okay. Well, be careful out there, Grace. There's a lot of strange people out there. Should I shave before my interview? I don't need to. I'm not even going to wear a white shirt. Is that weird? The very first day I was in Wisconsin, I put on my white shirt and my coat, and my friend thought I looked so fancy. And I felt I was overdressed up for Wisconsin. Sir Adam says, don't shave. Well, he's gone. Dress to impress. I think I'm going to go with that too, Barbara. All right, Barbara says dress to impress and shave too. But what if you dress beyond? I don't think the jobs I'm applying to today, I think the concern about the jobs I'm applying to today, I certainly won't feel underqualified for them. Depends on the job, says Adam. The door creaks open. Oh, hey, we got my poet friend back. By the way, Open More YouTube Kid has amazing talent. I don't know what he is or who he is or what he's doing, but he writes great poetry. And maybe he's a rapper, and maybe he can do this on stage and come out with great rhymes, because he has a gift that I could never do. The door creaks open, heart beats fast, a smile I offer, hoping it will last. The questions come, I answer true, hoping my best self shines through. Sorry if I didn't read that well. Is he AI? Well, I would believe it, because he's amazing if he's a real human being. Do I have work PR school? I don't know what that means. ChatGPT? Can I make YouTube a full-time job. I think I will, Sir Adam. But right now, I only made $600 in the last month on social media. And not that $600 isn't something, but it's not nearly enough to pay my bills. And because of that, and because I left my waiter job that I had in Naperville, I don't know, 2 months ago, I sold my scooter, which was a Suzuki Bergman 400, covered my costs for the month, and drove up to visit a friend in Wisconsin last week. And here I am. Here I am. Do I have experience in school days about teacher giving punishment? I never went to a Catholic school where they were allowed to uh, corporal punishment, I believe, bring out a ruler and hit us. Uh, but XRP Sherpa keeps saying find a woman with a house or find a widow with a lot of money. I don't have any desire for that. I don't have. I talked with a friend the other day about winning the lottery, or maybe I talked about it here. I don't want to win the lottery, inherit $1 million. I have no desire for that. What I'm gonna do is I'm going to survive. I'm going to cover my financial responsibilities. I'm going to do whatever job I need um, to cover those financial responsibilities, and I'm going to grow coffee with Ken every day. And I'll tell you what, for a guy that didn't know which way he was going, just being in this hotel and going, okay, this is $50 a night. That's if I make $20 an hour after taxes, that's 3 hours of a day to cover my housing. Okay. That leaves 5 more hours a day to cover the other expenses. And then I need another 6 hours to work on social media because I go live twice a day. Um, and yeah. And you can start putting it together and developing a plan. Whereas I think when I was down in the suburbs of Chicago, my focus was on making it through the day every day and not. I think I was so bummed living in the suburbs and bummed with my second divorce that people would ask what I want to do for a living, and nothing I could imagine sounded good to me because I had a sadness in my soul and in my heart that my second marriage didn't work. So the thought of finding a job, and this might not make sense, but I'm just telling you, the thought of finding a job seemed meaningless to me because I was immersed in sadness because I wasn't going to be the everyday dad I dreamed to be. And so going to look for a job, like to me, was like, for what end? To pay my bills? Because I didn't imagine a life of happiness or of what could be. Because I was sitting in Naperville, sad that my second marriage didn't work, and sad that I wasn't going to be tucking my babies in every night or every morning. And so I couldn't imagine a job that would be okay. It didn't matter if somebody offered me CEO of Starbucks. I go, well, but if I have to live in Naperville, my whole existence is going to be uh, memories and disappointments and sadness. So it didn't matter the pay. You know, I didn't really want a fancy car, a fancy house. I kind of tried to talk my way through it. But just coming up here and creating a little space and a little distance, as hard as it's been, uh, suddenly I'm going, okay, I'd do any job because now I want to cover the cost of this $50 hotel. I want to cover my financial responsibilities. I want to start saving up a little money, getting up a little momentum, build coffee with Ken, and kick ass. But none of that seemed possible uh, where I was. Will I ever move back to Naperville? I don't know. Again, I don't want to look too far ahead. I'm just happy to be here, happy to have gotten a good night's sleep, happy to have a couple interviews today. And yeah. Mm. Oh, Grace, you're not being very nice. So be a painter. I'm not looking for suggestions. uh, Somebody said going back to Yellowstone would be a different vibe with my car. The best thing about Yellowstone was my scooter. Uh, yeah, the best thing about Yellowstone was my scooter. Do I enjoy Lake Michigan? Sure. Uh, John misses my lives in downtown. I've only been here for like 6 days. You can't miss them too much. XRP Sherpa says tourism will generate new jobs in Appleton in April. Yeah, no, it definitely will. When I first got here, I was hoping to get a bunch of job offers the very first day. And I was going into these restaurants that were all empty, asking if they're hiring. And they weren't, but they were saying come back in the spring or in April or whatever. And the very first restaurant I went was this empty but pretty cool restaurant with a big view of the water with a ton of boat docks and no customers. And I went in and asked if they were hiring. They were really nice, but they said, no, we just don't need it. Uh, uh, yeah, I just don't need it. Or they just didn't need me. Well, I don't even know what crispy bacon is referring to. But he used the word dumb in his last comment. And I'm just kind of tired of him. I promise you that my life and all of our lives are better with crispy bacon not watching this show. I'd given him an hour and a half to say dumb things. And on his last comment, I saw the word dumb. I don't even know what he was referring to, but I go, all right, I'm tired of this. And he's now gone. Do. Why are you guys arguing about religion? Why is anyone arguing about religion? I've talked for 92 minutes. How many subscribers did we gain today? Did we pick up some subscribers? Did we pick up some subscribers? I'm just over 5,500 last time I checked. It's 7:33 in the morning. That's kind of cool about doing my show as early as I do. I've talked for an hour and a half. I like to go live for a couple hours a day. And some might not think this is valuable time, but I think it's extremely valuable time for me and an opportunity to really build my audience. And nothing happens overnight. But I pick up 10 to 15 subscribers every day. I'm going to have 10,000 subscribers in in 6 months or a year or whatever. And I'll tell you what, it's going to just keep growing. Might not grow as fast. We might not get in as shape as quick as we'd like. Might not save as much money as we'd like, or lose as much weight as we like. But if we keep going and doing the right things and stay consistent and stay determined and have a positive attitude, everything kind of takes care of it. Yeah. XRP Sherpa watches me in the mornings while doing Peloton. Oh. Well, Grace, I get frustrated with trolls a lot, but it's best to ignore. I do my best to ignore. I ignored Crispy Bacon all morning, and I just felt like any comment he ever made was a bit of a wet blanket. And although people are saying it helps your algorithms and there's a reason to have it, there's no reason, guys. We're all too good to hang out with losers that want to say negative things online. We don't need an audience that bad. We don't need friends that bad. We don't need people around us that bad to hang out with negative jerks. We just don't. And I promise you, take the negative jerks out of your life, remove them from your social media. If you're a content creator, you're better off without trolls, I promise you. They're not helping in any way. Get rid of them, and your life will be better. It doesn't matter how much revenue I make if I hate what I'm doing and I got to read jackass comments all morning. I don't care how much money I make. I just don't want to read jackass comments all morning. And get the jackasses out of your life, whether it's on social media. And just because it's on social media doesn't make it okay to be a jackass. I don't understand that thought at all. Get them out of your life. If you got people you don't like in your life, remove them. Don't hang out with people you don't like. They're just going to bring you down. And yeah. John B., thank you so much for watching. Thank you so much for watching. And Free Samples, thanks for subscribing. And I hope, what day is it? It's Wednesday morning. Honestly, I'm not totally sure what I'm going to do. I don't have anything super to do till this afternoon. I know there's some breakfast out in the lobby. I'm probably going to go get myself another coffee, sit down and look around. I'm probably going to go out in my PJs. I'm in Wisconsin. Bring my phone, maybe edit a couple of videos, eat whatever random things they have for me to eat, drink some coffee, maybe say hi to some people that walk through the lobby, and get ready for my day. And I appreciate you guys so much for following along and watching my show. And want to thank you for joining. And I hope your week is going well. And that's God making a joke. I swear I turned this fan off. Either a ghost or God came back in and said, we need to freshen up this air a little bit, and turned it back on. This is Barbara Simmons. Have a wonderful day as well. Have a wonderful day as well. I appreciate you guys for being here. I hope you have a wonderful day. You're feeling good. You're loving yourself. You're forgiving yourself. And as always, I hope to talk to you soon. Bye-bye.